Please. Laila figured she'd keep this pregnancy a secret. Any woman with a smidgen of common sense should know that this child, like the others, would not live past the first trimester. She continued on with her life, attending social events around the neighborhood, busying herself with redecorating her home and taking on the occasional interior design gig, a skill she pursued out of love rather than necessity. Her husband, Ralph, an architect, was usually out of town at least 2 weeks a month due to a long-standing assignment in Boston, and so he barely noticed the extra snacks lying around when he returned home or her frequent dashes to the bathroom. Neither he nor anyone else suspected anything. That is, until one night, Ralph returned home a day early and found a copy of What to Expect When You're Expecting lying half open on the arm of their love seat. When Laila emerged from the bathroom wiping her mouth, a few water droplets dotted her slip so that the satin clung to her belly, emphasizing its roundness. He shook his head while holding the book with both hands and smiling as he approached her. She stood like a deer caught in headlights in front of Ralph and weakly said, "I'm sorry." He then swooped her into his arms before they released a glorious laugh. That night, he went out and bought a fudge crunch ice cream cake from Baskin-Robbins, and they ate it in bed, his hand caressing Laila's stomach the entire time. Neither of them could remember the last time their home had been filled with such happiness. He offered to relinquish his responsibilities for his Boston-based project in order to wait on Laila hand and foot, but she refused. He thought it might be best to care for Laila more carefully this time around, but she would hear nothing of it. The money that he would receive for the completed job would be helpful, since they planned to spoil their miracle baby rotten. To make up for his absence, Ralph began to send flowers or small gifts like boxes of chocolate or handwritten love letters. He'd call morning, afternoon, and night for brief check-ins, and hired a twice-a-week housekeeper so that Laila would not overwork herself and jeopardize her health. This child was different because it was growing and changing her from the inside out. Persevering from the first trimester and moving past the middle of the second, Laila's brown skin became dewy, a sunset behind a hill. Her hair, once fine and short, sprouted thick and unbridled. Her neighbors craned their necks when she passed them on the sidewalks. Her walk was different. Instead of her usual erect posture, she hunched slightly, her legs waddling. "Mrs. Reserve got a baby in her." Bystanders whispered on their front stoops behind their potted amaryllis bulbs and hibiscuses. A pair of meddling women could not restrain their curiosity and approached a 5 months pregnant Laila as she walked by their brownstone's front stoop one sunny afternoon. "Oh, hi, ladies," Laila smiled and placed a hand on her belly. "Good afternoon, Laila," they replied, one after another. The women, Sydney and Constance, could smell the sweat and sweet, doughy aroma stemming from her groin. They squinted with intrigue when they could not find that caul, that special cork skin-like membrane dangling from her neck. What else would explain why she was still pregnant, if not for the extra assistance that no gynecologist could provide? When these meddling women did not say anything else after their initial greeting, Laila followed their intense eyes to her bare neck and nervously rubbed her throat. "What are you staring at?" Laila asked. "Sorry, it's a miracle that you're still pregnant," Constance said. She received a sharp elbow to the side of her left breast by Sydney. "What she means is that it's a blessing, and we're happy for you." "Thank you. But that still doesn't answer the question. What were you looking at?" Sydney and Constance looked at each other with uneasy, tense faces.